Hi, I'm Owen from Square Balloon. Today we're going to be talking about Google My Maps. Let me go back to my Google search result just to show you how I found this place. So what I'm going to do is search for Google My Maps. And you see it comes up with mymaps.google.com. So if I click there, it brings me to this page. Up the top you're going to see Create New Map. I'm going to hit that. And here's where the fun begins. So you start with an untitled map and an untitled layer. You might use this map for many reasons. You might use it to show interesting places that you've visited, or you might use it to show restaurants that you love, or you might use it to show the locations of your businesses if you have multiple locations, or the area that you've serviced. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, in this instance, somebody wanted to show a load of the addresses of customers they serviced, so they could show like how much the coverage they had. So what I did was I created a very simple spreadsheet. So I'll show you the spreadsheet. And I've got one column with addresses and the other one with name. You don't need both actually, but I'll show you what it does. In the very simplest form, you just need the addresses. So I'm going to close this and I'll go back to my maps and I'm going to use this import function here. When I do that, I'll choose one from my device. You could also choose from Google Maps or Google Drive or whatever. Now these ones are going to position your place marks. So columns in file which tell us where to put the place marks on the map, such as addresses. So addresses is that one, and a column to title my markers. Well, name is that one, and then I'm going to hit finish. Here it goes. So it's loaded. So it's called it addresses. It's called my layer. It's not a great name. Places I have serviced. So we're going to give it something more relevant. And I'm going to call my map something as well. Cool. It doesn't matter they're the same, but you could be a bit more interesting than me. And what you see is you'll see here, for example. So look, two were not able to be done. First thing I'm going to do is click on that and fix the problem. So one pudding lane, and I suspect there's more than one pudding lane in the UK, so I'm going to put London. There you go, that solves that. And Baker Street, even though it's very famous, there might be another one of them. So I'll put London, and that's found it. And as you can see, I'll just close this now, and you can see that it's put the icons around, and it's put their names on it as we've put, and it's put the address on it. Now you might find that these blue icons, they do seem to blend in with the other blue icons for the shops and stuff like that. I actually find it kind of difficult if I'm out here to try and work out where my icons are. It comes a bit easier when you're zoomed out, but when you're in, a bit harder. So there's a lot of things you could do here. The first thing you could do is click on this little paint bucket, which is a colour. So now if I just make it red, for example, automatically that stands out a little bit more. I've only styled one of them, so I could go through and style them all, but I'll just show you some other stuff you could do. You can edit it, so you can give its description a bit more information if you wanted to. You can do an image, and you could do a Google image search if you want to, but if you've got an image you can upload it. So if you've got an image of the work you did or something, perhaps that would be appropriate. If not, perhaps you could do a Google search if you wanted to, and I'll use that one, and I'll just save that. And now you can see it's got an image with it, which is much more visually interesting. You've got directions to here, and you can bin it as well if you wanted to. So another way of doing this is you could go over to this side and you could give it colours over here. Might make life a bit quicker for you if you're trying to do multiples of them. And here you have it. I've kind of done them all very quickly. So that's that. You could just do the addresses if you wanted to. Don't forget, it's only when you click on them it shows all the other information. But that's pretty cool. So once you've done that, you can share it. What I would do is anyone with a link can view it, because that allows it to be public. And if you wanted to, you can let people search for this map. So if you are doing a list of your favourite restaurants, maybe you would choose that. I'm not, so I will leave it. I will close it now, remembering that this is saved into your Google Drive, so you never have to save it. But what I will do is I'll show you that there's an option to embed it into your website. So it's not actually under the share button anymore, which is here. It's actually in the top right here, there's 3 dots, and then you get embed on my site, and it gives you your iframe code. If you are going to embed on your site, I would highly recommend you copy that code and then go to this website, embedresponsively.com, click on Google Maps, and then what I would do is paste the iframe into there, click embed, and then what I would do is copy this entire code here and put that into your website, and that will mean that it works on mobile and it shrinks down and grows on desktop. Keeps the proportions so. One last thing I should show you is you can actually do this, add a line or shape. And so what I can actually do is I can draw around. Isn't it just beautiful? Areas I cover. So I might call that areas I cover. And obviously I would probably try and make it a different colour or something interesting. Perhaps I'd make it my brand colours. Perhaps if green is a bit too close to the colour of the parks, I'll just do yellow, and it becomes a bit more obvious. And there you have it. You have a few ways to use Google My Places. You can either put in addresses. You could also type them manually. So there you go, and then I will just click add to map. Now that one's on the map. Or you can upload them as a file, as I showed you at the beginning, or you can draw that way as well. So I hope this helps you. Once you've got them, you can embed them onto your website. It can be a really, really useful tool. If you have any questions or comments, please put them in the comments. If not, thank you so much for watching. Please do like, share and subscribe.